Okay. uh, we studied about the refugee tree until the were dissolved into the deities. Or maybe here's there's someone have questions. Maybe I will answer this one. It's an easy one. And this is someone maybe to understand a little bit other way which I explained. It's not something wrong way. The question is, do we need to accumulation 100 5,000 do we need to this accumulation with Ngondro? This answer is no, not necessarily Ngondro. It's short Ngondro is enough. And also maybe this question looks like me if I understood. If someone now short Ngondro, by this short Ngondro, they maybe recite the half or something like this, then they practice like more become advanced, then maybe they practice the long hondo. Can they accumulation this reciting can add before practice with the short hondo. Now it's add the long hondo, like both count. Finally, the count both. Total is like the 500,000. Or when they change Ngondro, like short Ngondro, they recite, I don't know how much then. After they start long Ngondro, they start beginning the count this recitation. I think it looks like these questions like this. If like this, then you don't need to count start beginning. When you short Ngondro, you count, for example, like 200,000 already done. Now there's your 300,000 left. Now you want to this through the long Ngondro. Then you can recite from there. That means already you 200,000 is done with short Ngondro. Now you need to do 300,000. This is you can do with long Ngondro. This also is possible. Possible. I mean, you can, no problem. Short Ngondro, long Ngondro doesn't matter. It's the same, exactly same. Only the little bit different is when you are read long Ngondro, then this they have like explanation what you have to visualize, what you have to think. This explanation helps you visualization. Only that's reason. Otherwise, when the recitation is exactly same. When you someone do the 500,000 with the short Ngondro, someone do like this long Ngondro. Is there like a benefit same or different? It's totally benefit is the same. The benefits is not according to the long Ngondro and the short Ngondro. The benefits is according to your motivation, your view, your interest, and your confidence. It's up to your level, your mind level, or your practice level. It's not depend the sadhana, short or long. That's why, for example, some have inner quality and profound view Even they don't need to recite any mantras, just they focus something, have a lot of power and benefits. But someone recite a year in the year, morning to evening, every day is read volumes. The benefit is compared to another is small. Why? Because it depends. Its benefits come from the person who practice or meditate from his view, his level, mental level, mind level, I can say, mind power, samadhi, the motivation, maybe also a view, profound view. It's come from there. So I hope it's clear for you. Short Ngondro, I again resume, short Ngondro and long Ngondro, that doesn't matter exactly same benefit. The benefit is not according to the sadhana, long and short. So it's according to your mind quality, its level, your mind's level, or your practice level, you can say. So both sometime, for example, also easy way I can say, today you have time. Now from today until like two 3 years, then you want to accomplished all these 500,000. Then you think, okay, today I have time, so I read the long hondo, I recite something. Tomorrow I don't have time, okay, short hondo, recite something. Both you count, then finally you reach 500,000. Is it we count? Is it okay or not? Oh yes, it's totally is okay. I think this is clear now. This answer is okay. Now we are still in the refuge. Refugee already we dissolve in the field of merit, and as much as we stay there, rest on it, on this meditation. Maybe also I have to, before that, I have to explain a little bit. When we dissolve there, normally now you know very well, you don't need to explain all. All the deities, like surrounded these deities, also one by one, like melt into the light, and light melt like outside, from outside towards inside, like inwards. Then dissolve the main deity, which is the center where the Gonpo's form. Reality is our root teacher, which is the embodiment of all the deities, our refugee, the how to say the field of our merit today. For example, when you practice this Ngondro. But then above, first the Chukukun, the Zombo, the Dharmakaya, then this is like melt or like dissolve the second, the third. This also slowly dissolve into the main deity. Finally, all is like a main deity, okay? All is dissolve into the middle, the main deity. Then this is our root teacher anyway. This our root teacher also like dissolve and like vanish into the light. Then at that time you rest for as long as you can. This is we call like a primordial state. So that is meditation. This is like in the primordial state, free from all the elaboration, or you can say Dharmakaya. Then, as much as you can, stay there. Meditate. Then when thoughts are coming, or again the second session you start, then that's time. You can say, given the nyert kunchusum bondakirni roachikjang malipot, the salangu prakos. Sometimes we recite. During the, I think now Rinpoche add our the Dupchin times, we little bit recite like a Ngondro and also detailed way. This is we added. This like these 4 lines. If you can recite, that's good. If you can't, it's not necessary to add every day. When the important is, if you really this count this refugee 4 lines, when you are now really count for the 500,000. So first when you do refugee prayers, refugee now you count, like maybe today's session you do 100, maybe 200, 1,000. If you do this count, then it's better to do the end of the when you stop, like after 100,000, if you want to 100, the 100 you want to stop these refugees and the prayers, then you say or after 300 or any numbers, doesn't matter, okay, when you use it. But just like a daily practice, daily prayer, for example, every day you're not every day you pray this Ngondro, like really daily practice. You only like 3 times refugee, 3 times bodhicitta. You going through this way. That time, if you have time, of course you can recite. If you don't have time, it's not necessary. When you after that, then you can go direct the Semkil, like first the refugee, after the bodhicitta. Yes, bodhicitta. You can go direct to bodhicitta. Now, generally, we finished the refugee, but still refugee, maybe we have to know a little bit more that, because the refugee is the door of our Buddhist, the path of Buddhist, or you can say, or maybe it's a entrance of Buddhist. So maybe better to know more that. What is, if you take a refugee, then what is we have to abandon? What if so we have to do maybe? This is maybe so important. If you don't know what we have to abandon, what we have to do, then I took a refugee. Still is not okay, I can say. So we study a little bit more. Little bit take a long time. Take a little bit time, but it doesn't matter. So we have many Sundays coming. Slowly, if you have time, you try to study. I try to a little bit explain, but my English is, I'm surely the half you understand, half you don't understand. But I hope it's getting better. One day you understand my English is like 100%. Okay, then this is like percepts and the benefits of taking refugee. This is like percepts. What is the percepts? They also have different, for example, in Tibetan we call it lapsha. What do we have to do? The 3 things to be abandoned. 3 things we have to abandon. And the 3 things have to be done when you take refugees. This is important to know. And also 3, sometimes they say it says supplement. What's it now? I forgot these words. Supplementaries or the additional attitude which are to be absorbed. Anyway, the first when you take a refugee, the three things what three things to have to be the abandoned. For example, when you take a refugee we take refugees three, like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. From where? From to whom, I think. In English, you will say, to whom we take refugee. Or this is like a Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then when you haven't taken the refugee and the Buddha, so then you don't need or you don't homage to the deity, the others. The others means like the deity who is within samsara, who is like this like our example, the local god. Local god is within samsara. For example, local gods themselves is not liberated. Some the protest, no, what is it called in English? Yeah, maybe we're slowly coming these words. Something like deity protectors, I want to say yes. Protectors also, maybe some of protectors already the Bodhisattva, but some of protectors not still Bodhisattva, they are still within in samsara. They are still the suffering of samsara. So we are not going to take refugee for those deities within still samsara, still within samsara. We are going to take refugee the beyond the samsara Buddha. This is one thing we have to abandon. Means samsara, within samsara, the deity within samsara, will not take refugee. This is for abandoned. Then, when we take a refugee in Dharma, then we do not harm others. We have to abandon for harm others. This we can't. Because the Dharma, the way of Dharma, the path of Dharma is help for the others. It's benefit for others. Totally is harm others is totally opposite of Dharma. So if you take refuge in the Dharma, you cannot harm the others. And this is, or the others means human being, all the sentient beings, not only human beings, all the sentient beings, purposely, of course, when you walk on the grass in the park, without intention, there are many beings died, maybe under your feet, your body. There's a lot. We don't know why they are die with your feet. They surely have some karma connection, karmic. But this is only the object of omniscience. We don't know. So this is, we have to pay each other now through this karmic. But intentionally, with intentions, even in sex, we cannot kill, cannot make problems. For example, in your home, sometime your house, there's some spiders come, big things. Of course, we try to take out. We are not leaving all the insects inside, but we're not going to kill. Try to take peacefully, and when you throw out also, you need automatically this kind the intentions coming. Which place I put, maybe something like this place a little bit better than another place. Something you have mind a little bit help. Also, each situation cannot make how to say problems. It's life. These ideas you need. Then when you haven't, the third one, you haven't taken the refugee and the Sangha. Then normally, and I think what my perfect teacher, they said do not get involved with 30 But 30 we don't know. Anyway, what we have to understand, when you take the refugee and the Sangha, then we are not with such people who don't believe in the teaching of the Buddha. Because we took refuge from Buddha, a Dharma, Sangha. We believe his teaching. The people who doesn't like or don't believe not at all the teaching of Buddha, then if you go with, then slowly involved with his or her ideas, actions, then you are become against Buddhist. But against the Buddhist doesn't matter. There's nothing problem. But the problems, then you make many accumulate bad actions. When you do bad actions, of course, now you are harming the others, other sentient beings. Then you already opposite of Dharma. Then you are not believe Buddha, opposite of Buddha. Then also normally the Sangha, who is always, when you Buddhist Sangha, is their actions to help the sentient beings. But now you opposite this, then totally you are opposite. Through this opposite, you make problems the others, and you accumulate bad actions. Then one day you have to get an experience this result. You have to get this. You will get this result. That's why when you take a refuge in Sangha, then we are not with. Of course, when you meet, just you say, "Oh, you are not." No, that's no problem. But we are not really involved with such person who has not believe Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and causalities. That is we have to abandon. Now you understand the three things abandoned when you take a refugee. Then in the Buddha, then we are not take refugee the deities who's in the samsara, who's still within samsara, still have sufferance. They cannot guide us because they're still samsara. And the Dharma way is help others. When you take refuge in the Dharma, then we cannot harm others. The Sangha, same I mentioned now. Then what we have to now is the three things to be done. What we have to keep. adapt ourselves more. For example, we took refuge into the Buddha. Then, of course, we have to respect Buddha. Even the Buddha's statue may be tanka, substantial for these Buddhas. So we have to respect. That is very important. And also, when we take a refugee from or in the Dharma, then the Buddha's scriptures, Dharma, we have to respect. Even like a single syllable of the scriptures, important to respect. Here I want to a little bit say more. Now it's getting better compared few years. Compare 10 years ago now, it's really getting better, our Sangha. Thanks our Rinpoche always remind you and explain like mostly like a peace way, sometimes little bit wrathful way. This is necessary, of course. We are like children of our Rinpoche. Sometimes we need peace way, sometimes we need wrathful way. It's important. Whenever, yes, you are good, we think we are good, you are perfect, we think we are perfect, this is not good for the result. Sometimes we need some strong guide. This strong guide, with strong guide, we cannot also angry, because he becomes strong for our path, our life. It's not himself. It's not benefit for him. This is our benefit. So we should understand that all. But anyway, here's not this subject. So here's the Dharma we have to respect. Dharma, volumes, even like syllables. So what I want to say here, when we are alone, or when we have like a group make soul gatherings, any time, we have the pecha. These scriptures. So we cannot walk over our scripture, these pechas, sadhanat, any kind. This is the one part of we took refuge from into refuge end or in Dharma, or for example, one part. So we need to respect. This is now is less. Before, of course, we don't have this culture. So we don't think this is something like we cannot over the letters. Why not? This is nothing. It's a letter. But the scriptures is our part, the one part of we took refuge. So that's why we have to respect as much as a high place. Even sometimes the people put under the sleep the bed. But something is really someone already took refuge from Buddha Sangha Dharma, Buddha Dharma Sangha, who saw this person's the actions, then very, very feel sad and very strange. Of course, it's not Buddhist, this person. They're normal. For him, it's like maybe stone. It's just earth, just wood. just paper. It's normal for us also. But who's take refugees, we have to know what we have to abandon when you take refugee, what we have to accept, adapt, what have to done. Then this, oh, now we have to done or accept or adapt, which is we took refugee to the Dharma, even the single syllables. If we don't need, it's already like broke something. What we do, maybe we burn some like place, nice place, we burn. That is the best. Try to not work on the over. When you take refugees, then it's better to keep these vowels, these rules. Then we have more and more our mind, inner qualities, and even like samadhis. It's getting better. But if you take something, but we are not to follow the rule, then benefit also, we can't say there's no benefit. Of course, there's some benefit. But at the same time, we are doing also like strange way. Then maybe also we can some possible accumulate bad things also. That's why we have to still more be careful. Okay, it's really getting better compared to before, but still more be careful. That's important. Then third one, when you haven't taken a refugee in the Sangha. So Sangha is normally like this Sangha is the like different levels. For example, the Sangha who is already attained Bhumis, that's possible, high level. This also like a real, the high Sangha. I don't know if we can high Sangha or what we can call. But anyway, this is Sangha, our Sangha, representative Sangha, who is practice Dharma together. If you gather together, this we call Sangha. So this is the object of our refuge. So when you take refugee from the other Sanghas, our Sanghas, so what we have to abandon and what we have to do? The abandoned already we mentioned above there. Now, so what we have to do? The Sanghas, of course, we have to respect each other because this is in the Sutra point of view, this is our Sangha. And also the Tantra point of view, this is our Vaja brothers, Vaja sisters, which is we are one mandala. So it's very important to respect. And we take the refugee and the Sangha, there's more we have to be careful. Even this Sangha's clothes, we have to be careful. They said, explain in the my wood, the perfect teacher. They said even like yellow or red colors, this is a representative Sangha's cloth. So this also we have to respect. If we can, that's great. Like we try to not wearing yellow socks, for example. But maybe this is a little bit difficult for us. Some people, they like these colors. Then it doesn't matter. But what we have to do, the most, for example, the cloth of the Dharma book, and also any cloth of our Sanghas, try to not walk over that. This is the one part of respect. That is very also important. Then thou, until here, you understood what we have to abandon when you take refuge, Buddha Dharma Sangha, and what you have to don when you take the refuge, Buddha Dharma Sangha. Now, the three things, the supplementary precepts, we call this supplementary precepts. So these also sometimes important. Mainly, of course, already we mentioned above the three things abandoned, three things to accept, or the dawn, yes. But these three also, sometimes, if you can, that's the good, important. Who is showing you, teach you, your teacher, we can say your teacher or spiritual friend who is teaching you the Dharma. If you can, this teacher is as same as the true Buddha. If you can think this is like a Buddha. Because Buddha is not stay anymore in this world now. He left only his teaching, and this teacher, my root teacher, he is now explain me the Buddha's teaching, showing me same exactly Buddha he did, showing me path exactly some like Buddha. So this is for me as the true Buddha. This is the real Buddha. This like idea or thinking, that's also important. And then if you think this is a Buddha, then this teacher teaches the Dharma. Of course, the teacher is to teach Dharma. I mean, all the teachers not teach Dharma, but it's a Buddhist teacher then teach Dharma. So if you, your spiritual friend or this teacher is as the true Buddha, then his teaching is also is as true the Dharma. Teacher as his words. You can consider every word of your teacher said. This is exactly like a Dharma. This is all the point, crucial point. You accept everything he says and keep in your mind, and you practice this. This is about Dharma. Then about Sangha. These teachers, you consider these teachers entourage. Entourage. En français, entourage. Entourage. This one is all his disciples. His entourage is like family. Also like companions, spiritual companions, whatever this related, these teachers, then you accept as the Sangha, respect them, respect with your body, your speech, your mind. That is something positive. Sometimes respect for us is difficult. It's not everybody. It depends. For some people, it's difficult to respect others. This is some education. It's come from childhood. Not all of them, but some of them is the education way. We can do ourselves. why we need to respect, why need to rely on someone. We have this idea before, maybe someone teach or someone say it the way. Then we slowly, this is like a habitual tendency in the mind. Then very difficult to respect someone. Especially someone is like, for any case, little bit lower than you, it's difficult to respect. Then why not? Some people say that the man is difficult to respect a woman. This has come from some culture. Surely. Otherwise, why not? In Buddhist way, you have to respect the women. It's women as most important. If you don't respect women, then you already like destroy one vowel of the tantra, like how to say, become like a root downfall. So it's very important. We can't. Why? Because in our education, then something put in our mind like this habitual tendency, so difficult. It's not on. This is an example. It's not only ladies. Maybe some poor people or something. When you're a rich person, poor people's, you cannot really respect. I'm poor. I'm powerful. Everything. I have education. But why not? When you respect something, what you lose is nothing. This is human's quality. When you respect it, once is your quality, inner quality. When you don't respect, I'm not going to respect, then you have arrogant there. Emotions are already there. But when you respect someone, even lower persons, why not? I have to respect these people. Then your emotion is gone. In your mind is a peace. Very, very gentle minds become. This is some qualities. That's very important. We have to think sometime, 2 times. There are many people who have problem this. So here also your teachers, entourage, disciples, spiritual companions, they are as a sangha. You consider as a sangha. So you respect the body, speech. Speech respect also important. Some people look when we're talking something, high voice, not only high voice, like the way of talking is looks like very wrathful. But then a bad word. This destroy the other's mind. No need. This is just to make problem others' mind and also problem your mind and also accumulate bad karmas through this. So when you speak gently, high people, low people, middle or levels, always speak gently. Gently means it's something like respectfully. That's important. Mind with mind respect. Very good, important. So if your mind don't do, but you're doing with the body and something like speech, and mind is opposite, then it's even difficult yourself also. This pretend something. Pretend is anyway not very good. Maybe sometimes you need possible, but the most time is you need honest body, speech, mind. That is important. So here also, you consider your teachers, entourage, disciples, spiritual companions, or all is like you respect body, mind, never upset them. That is also one important. Then especially, of course, especially when you're the Mantrayana, secret Mantrayana vehicles, the teacher is the main refugee. So this is you know very well. When we the how to say studies Mantrayanas, always the most important is teacher. His body is the Sangha, then his speech is Dharma, his mind is Buddha. So this teacher embodiment of these three objects of your refugees. So always important. The security mantrayana during that time, according to security mantrayana, of course important, but sutrayana also, sutra also is so important. Anyway, now until here you have to know what is the object of the refugee is the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and what we have to abandon when you, since we are refugee, what we have to drown, and also like supplementary, what's called like in Tibetan we call it chanting. This like supplementary. No. Here also I wrote. Yes, supplementary. Yes, supplementary. Oh, it's not very clear to write also. Anyway, this is which is the three abandoned, three is drawn. Then the three additional attitude which are to observed. This is the last we mentioned. That is important. Then of course during the what we have to visualize and what we have to think, how we recite, how we the end of session dissolution, what we have to do. This is normally everybody know very well. So today we finished about refugee. I'm very happy. It's take a little bit two sessions is only refugee, but it doesn't matter. It's very important to useful. Someone already know, just to remind. This again, reminder again is very important for myself also. This reminder is very important. Thanks for this is from you. I have to say thank you for you, of course, Rinpoche. This is make me like remind again. Otherwise, we cannot think every day what is the refugees we have to abandon towards the refugees we have to do what is like this. We cannot study this way. So sometimes, two times, it can be forget. So this is it's very important. Remind again. Okay, thank you very much. We stop there. Then next Sunday, direct we start the bodhicitta. Thank you very much. Have a nice Sunday and take care yourself. Nowadays, this COVID-19 make many problems. Every country is like really develop, how to say, increase. So many people scared and suffer by this. Now the time to be careful. Looks like this little bit changed before. When you start very strong, now looks like a little bit changed, but still it's quite heavy for some people. So take care, brothers, sisters. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.